What's the difference between a dog walker and Spurs? A dog walker doesn't lose his lead.
Bada bop boom pow.
What's up, guys? Welcome to a new episode of Inter Talks, brought to you by SempreInter.com and Inter Destroying Clubs since 1908. First of all, I don't want no Spurs fan coming for me, alright? That was just a bit of banter. I did call it in my Champions League preview. I did say Spurs are known for bottling it, and that's exactly what they did at the San Siro last night. They bottled it. First of all, let me say what a roller coaster of 90 minutes that was. That was a proper Pazza Inter type of performance. They made us suffer right to the end. You know, we didn't even have our first shot on target till the 50th minute or something. And then Vecino came in again with his triangle head. Headed one in again. La riprende Vecino. Vecino! Vecino! But anyway, in this episode I'm going to be just reviewing the match that we had against Spurs last night. And then looking ahead to Sampdoria the weekend. So let's get straight into it. Inter won by 2-1, but it wasn't a vintage performance by any stretch of the imagination. Spurs were there for the taking. They gave us a lot of opportunities. They gifted us so many balls trying to play out from the back, but we just couldn't create any clear-cut opportunities. You know, attacking-wise, our match was very poor. But we did what we needed to do. We got our first 3 points after 7 years out in the Champions League. Let's get straight into the player ratings given out by Sunit from SempreInter.com. So first of all, Handanovic was given a 6.5. I pretty much agree with this rating. Handanovic was probably one of the players most looking forward to this match. When he first moved to Inter from Udinese, he clearly stated that he moved to play in the Champions League, and the poor guy has had to wait so long. But the day finally came for him. And it was a good performance, I would say, apart from the goal. He initially made a good save from Christian Eriksen's first shot. Moving on to Skriniar, man, what can this guy do? He can do everything, apparently. So today, because of injuries, he had to move out on the right as a right back. He put in a good performance, I would say. A little bit exposed in the second half when Lucas Moura came on with his pace. Stefan de Vrij got a 7. Agree with that as well. Alongside him was the return of João Miranda, who was not the automatic first choice anymore ever since de Vrij has come in. But today he was solid again. Kwadwo Zamora, left back, making a return as well after injury. Great performance. He was my man of the match, and also for Sunit here, 7.5. He brings a solidity, and he's adventurous. He's just sorted out all the problems that we had at that left back position. He looks like the answer to all our problems, and this guy has bags and bags of personality. And of course, he had the assist for Icardi's banger as well. Moving on to the midfield, Matías Vecino. What can I say? This guy, he's become very average. He's not the Vecino that we saw in the first half of last season. He gets very basic things wrong sometimes. His touch is very heavy at points. He doesn't provide much creativity, although he does provide a lot of running. He's always up and down, box to box. And he provides these super important goals. He's the man of big goals. Last season he scored against Roma twice. He scored against Lazio, of course, the most important goal from last season. And this season, again, he's got the big Champions League goal. Headed in de Vrij's assist right at the death. What an important goal. Makes up for his average performance. But 6.5, I agree with that rating. Alongside him, epic Brozovic. Another good performance from him, I think. Sprayed the ball around really well. Very energetic, made some good tackles, won his 50-50s against Dembele and Dyer. You know, when he's tracking back sometimes or chasing back from, against Aurier or Dembele, sometimes his pace can be found wanting. He even tried to take Aurier down a few times without succeeding. But today, I felt he had a great performance. Moving on to attacking midfielder Raja Nainggolan, he got given a 6. Maybe he could have got given a 6.5, but I think 6 is quite accurate. He played really well in the first half. He was energetic. He was showing a a lot of ideas, and maybe his teammates weren't on his wavelength in the first half especially. He recovered a lot of balls. He won the battle with Dembele in the first half for sure. But then he declined in the second half. Moving on to our wingers, Politano got 5.5. Again, I agree. He had a lot of the ball actually, especially in the first half. But his final pass, his final ball wasn't quite there today. But encouraging signs from him as well. Man like Perisic on the left, 5.5 for him as well. Again, showed a lot of energy, tried a lot of different things. Didn't quite come off today. The final ball for him as well was quite missing. And the captain, Icardi, up front with the banger of a goal to give us the 1-1. He got given a 6.5. Goals are the most important things in football. And he scored a really, really important goal to bring us back into the match. So maybe some people might think 6.5 is a bit generous because he offered pretty much 0 throughout the match. I mean, he won the duel with Harry Kane technically as he, got the goal and we got the win. But I think Harry Kane showed him, in terms of hold-up play and coming deep, what he should be aiming towards in terms of complete centre-forward play. But, 6.5. The substitutes, let's start off with Candreva. Oh my God, this guy. Okay, he brought in a lot of energy. You have to give that to him. He definitely made an impact. But some of his decision-making, fam. He tried the little roulette spin against Sanchez, didn't work out. Then he had an opportunity on the sideline to cross it in, and that went out for a goal kick as well. So it was kind of funny, some of the things that he did, but you have to give him credit for the energy. Keita Balde was brought on the wing, which is his position. He wasn't brought on as a striker. He looked a lot more comfortable out there. Didn't really have that much time to make an impact, but I felt he was a positive influence on the match when he came on. Borja Valero, the wise beard, he made a great impact for me. Obviously, he only got a few minutes at the end. Overall, as I said, it wasn't a great performance. It was very worrying that we lacked the cutting edge in the final third, even though we've got people like Perisic, Icardi, Nainggolan and Politano up there. The final ball seems to be lacking this season. Hopefully, we can rectify that in the coming matches. Spalletti made the right subs, made the right calls, and this is what he gets paid for. And at the end of the match, he got the right result, and our Champions League campaign is off and running in the best way possible. And we've made a statement to Europe that we're back. Spurs were actually quite poor in my opinion. I watched Premier League quite a lot, and I watch Spurs. They're usually a very exciting team to watch. They seemed very lackadaisical today. They made loads of mistakes trying to play out from the back. I think it looked like we were trying to target Aurier in the first half, but he was very solid for them. He had a very good performance for them, and Eriksen also played brilliantly for them, drifting in and out of the centre attacking midfield role. Brozovic and Vecino seemed to not be able to pick him up, and he had that great ball for Harry Kane in the first half that he probably should have buried, and he had that very lucky ass goal. Let me know in the comments below, guys, who do you think was the best player? Do you agree with me? Was it Asamoah? Or do you think it was someone else? Let me know in the comments below. Shout out to the fans as well. Goosebumps from the Champions League anthem. I could hear the roar from the screen at my house. So let's move on to this weekend's match against Sampdoria. Just going to do a quick preview for our match on Saturday at 7:30 UK time. So we've got our Champions League campaign underway with a win. But we need to kickstart our Serie A campaign in the same way. We've been stuttering and starting in the Serie A. We've only got 4 points, but this match we need a win. Last season we beat Sampdoria at their home 5-0, if you remember, one of the sort of most ruthless performances from Inter last season. Icardi with a great back heel goal. Rafinha had a great performance. Sampdoria this season have had a okay start as well. Of course, they had a great win against Napoli and the Frosinone 5-0 last match, but they started the season off with a loss. So they are ahead of us with 6 points. They've made some interesting signings this season. Most of all, Gregoire De Frel up front, who's the top scorer in the Serie A after he flopped at Roma. But he seems to have a great understanding with Quagliarella up front. So they're a danger with their 4-3-1-2 formation. They've also signed Albin Ekdal, the Swedish guy who scored a hat-trick against us once for Cagliari. They also have our boy Nima, his favourite player, Gianluca Caprari, who was an Inter player for a very short period of time. He's also a very dangerous player in the sort of attacking midfield role. Sampdoria overall play some very good attacking football, so they're definitely a dangerous team to play against, especially at home. They play in a very fearless style under Gianpaolo. We still have a few injury concerns with Veršalko. D'Ambrosio also seems to still be a doubt. Perisic had a niggling injury coming into this match, so it'll be interesting to see the injury state of our players going into this match. Hopefully Skriniar doesn't have to play right back again. But yeah, that's it guys. This was a little short one. Please guys get involved with us on social media with hashtag Intertalks. Comment below what you think the score will be against Sampdoria, and any feedback is always appreciated. See you in the next one with Anthony reviewing the match against Sampdoria, which hopefully will be a win. And as always guys, Forza Inter!